If you made liquid soap and it turned out watery and you really want to thicken it, like majority of times I get questions like how do I thicken my soap to get a very thick jelly consistency? If yes, then this video is the fit for you because in this video today, I'll be showing you how you can thicken your liquid soap using just one ingredient. Now let's get down to business. Hello, hi friend, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing well. In this video today, I'll be showing you how you can thicken your liquid soap to give it a thick jelly consistency. So if you've ever made soap before and it turned out watery and you have been thinking about how to thicken your soap, you've tried everything and it's not working, try this. This is magic. It works like magic. So all you have to do, just get your soap and then follow the steps. Please note, this works with measurement. You have to be very careful of the measurement. So I'll be using 1 liter for example. So what I have here is 1000 ml, which is equal to 1 liter. So to thicken 1 liter of liquid soap, here is all you have to do. Now this soap was actually thick, so I had to add more water to loosen the consistency so as to just give you this tutorial in a way that you understand it better. So all you have to do, get your measuring scale, and for 1 liter you'll be needing 2 grams of HPMC. Just 2 grams of HPMC. You can either use HPMC or you can use nitrosol, you can use Milocel, Genocel, or any thickener of your choice. And now moving on, after measuring out the 2 grams of HPMC, the next thing you need is water, and for the water you need just 100 ml of water. 100 ml of water. So for 1000 ml of liquid soap, which is 1 liter of liquid soap, you'll be needing 2 grams of HPMC and 100 ml of water. Please do not get confused with the name HPMC. It's the same as nitrosol, Genocel, Goodcel, and the rest. So they can all serve. So after that, you'll be needing a saucepan. Then go on the heat. So you're going to place the saucepan on the heat and then pour the hot water and allow it to boil or to simmer. So when it gets to this point, as you're seeing it, go ahead and add the nitrosol or your HPMC. So the moment you pour the HPMC or your nitrosol, go ahead and stir properly to dissolve all the lumps, although when it comes in contact with the hot water, all the lumps will dissolve as long as you're stirring it, because all this thickener do not go very well with hot water. It only thickens in cold water. So after dissolving it like this in hot water, you can then add it into your soap and it will thicken your soap. You can see once you allow it, all the thickener will settle at down part of the pot, because all this thickener does not go very well with hot water. It doesn't thicken in hot water, so you can see it separates in hot water. So you don't really have to be worried about it thickening just like it does in cold water. I'm sorry about that. So after leaving it for at least 1 minute, you bring it down from the heat just as I've seen it in the video. And then after that, you're going to transfer it into the soap. Now, please take note, do not make the mistake of pouring the soap into the hot solution. You're only allowed to pour the hot solution into the soap. That's the only way it will work very well. So you can see after you pour it into the soap, go ahead and give it a good stir. Now you'll be needing a stick blender or a hand mixer. It's very important. Not like you cannot do it with hand, not like you can't do it manually. You can do it manually, but the only thing is that if you don't use a stick blender or a hand mixer to actually mix it properly, once the soap settles completely, there might be tiny lumps in your soap. So this is the reason you need a hand mixer or a stick blender to actually make sure that it is properly mixed and that everything is well dissolved. Because the moment you pour it into the soap, it will create a certain kind of um I don't know how to explain it, but once, just imagine pouring oil in water. So you can see that there's a separation there, and that separation, once it's mixing with the cold soap, it might start thickening on its own, which you might not be able to see it because of the cloudiness of the solution, which is the nitroso. So you might not be able to see it clearly. So that's the only reason you need a hand mixer. But if you don't have a hand mixer, if you have your whisk, use your whisk and get a very big bowl and then stir it properly, just to make sure that you dissolve it. But I highly recommend a stick blender or a hand mixer. So after mixing it, you leave it to cool, and after that you see the end result. Now, just like I said earlier, that this works with measurement. Now, for those of you that might be in doubt, I decided to make this second video just to show you what will happen if you add excess HPMC or excess nitrosol. So if the nitrosol is too much or the HPMC is too much, this is what is going to happen. So here is another soap, and I'm going to use this to show you what will happen once you add too much of nitrosol, or once you do more than you should. So this goes to say that you should follow exactly what you're seeing here. Like I said, you need 1000 ml for 2 grams of liquid soap. For 2 grams of HPMC, 1000 ml of liquid soap for 2 grams of HPMC. Now, just in case your soap is too watery, maybe it is too watery, you can then increase it to at least 3 grams. Please do not add anything more than 3 grams for 1 liter. So what I did here, this soap is already thick, so all I did is to add more water just to loosen the consistency, to show you how this works. So you can see I added more water, and then I tried to mix it properly to get a very lighter consistency. And then I'll move on to repeat the same process with what I did earlier, which is to measure HPMC and then dissolve it in hot water like we did earlier. So that's just what I'm going to show you here. Now, at the end of this video, or before the end of this video, you're going to see the need for this second tutorial. So I added water just to loosen the consistency. Now go ahead and measure the HPMC. So for this, I'm still going to use exactly 2 grams. Now what I'm doing right now is I reduce the quantity of the soap from 1000 ml to 500 ml. So for 500 ml, what you need is 1 gram, but I'm going to be using 2 grams to show you what happens when you add too much of the nitrosol or HPMC. So I'm supposed to use 1 gram for this 500 ml, but I'm using 2 grams just to show you what will happen. So I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying. I'm just trying to make it clear. So just like we did earlier, just as we did earlier, go ahead and pour the nitrosol into the hot water. So for this 500 ml, what I did is to measure out 500 ml of liquid soap, 2 grams of HPMC, and then water. And for the water, I used 50 ml. Now this is to just show you what will happen. So I went ahead to add it into the soap, and then I stir it for a while. So you're going to see the difference in the consistency. So when I actually made the first solution, you can actually tell from this consistency, it wasn't really that thick. So I actually mixed it with my hand mixer, and then I left it to settle. So this same one, I did the same thing, adding the nitrosol solution, and then I went ahead to mix it properly with my hand mixer. And after that, I'll also leave it for some time to settle. So there you will see the difference and the need for this second tutorial. So that's it. So this is me just mixing it together, and then after that I'll just leave it, like I said earlier, I'll just leave it to settle. So that's it. So now you can see how it's looking. Now this particular one, you can see that it's already thick. Even at this point, It has not fully cooled completely as it should, and it hasn't settled. But for this, at this point, you can already see the consistency that it has thickened it already and is looking cloudy. So you can see how thick it is looking, and also you can see how cloudy. So we're going to leave it for some time, for at least 5 to 8 hours. So after, like, you can actually leave it for like 2 hours and it will actually turn out good. But I actually left it for at least 5 to 8 hours just to give it enough time to settle. So this is after 8 hours. Now you can see the second solution. Can you see how thick it turned out? Like, can you see how thick? It's just like gel. Can you see how thick it turned out? So this is what happens when you use too much of the nitrosol or HPMC for each measurement. So this goes to say that if you're going to thicken 1 liter of liquid soap, provided the soap is too light, provided it's too watery, you're meant to use only 3 grams. Only 3 grams for 1 liter. If you use anything more than 3 grams, it's going to turn out jelly, just as you're seeing it here. So this is actually not good. So we cannot work with this. So now let's go back to the first solution. So this is the one we made with the right measurement, which is 1000 ml of liquid soap and then 2 grams of HPMC and 100 ml of water. So you can see it turned out really smooth. You can see that it was able to settle and it's not as jelly as the second solution. So take a look at the consistency. It turned out really thick and also very smooth. That's the most important part of it. Make sure that the thickness will be able, or is something that can be able to settle without leaving any lumps. So you can see it turned out clear, just as it should be. So this goes to say that if you add too much HPMC, it will come out cloudy. It will not settle. So you can see from the second solution that it is still jelly and is not settling because it is too thick. So I only recommend 2 grams for 1 liter. 2 grams for 1 liter. So if you're making this in a large quantity, let's say you made 20 liters of liquid soap and you want to thicken it, so all you have to do is to just double the measurement. So if 1 liter is 2 grams, that means that you're going to use 40 grams for 20 liters. 40 grams for 20 liters. So that's it. I hope you understand it better. So now you can see the difference. You can see that the one I added too much HPMC is too jelly and the other one is moderate. So friend, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. If you're just joining me for the first time, my name is Gifty and I'm super excited to welcome you to the Gifting family. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel and also turn on your notification bell so that you'll be the first to watch my next video. And at the end of this video, please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up and leave your comments down below. And do not also forget to share this video with your friends. And to my beautiful, wonderful and amazing Gifting, you guys know I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being my family. God bless you all. And just in case you want to learn more, you can join my online training. I teach how to make quality liquid soap like dishwashing liquid soap, multipurpose liquid soap, hand wash, toilet cleaner, bleach, fabric softener, and the rest. So all you have to do is to send me a DM on WhatsApp to register. So friend, I'll see you in my next video. But before then, stay blessed and keep loving one another. Bye friend.